B727 heading south of 1560. We are do our best. 35 your day, south 15. Giant 74 Tango Whiskey, 1.6 for 3000, 140.
Hello, welcome back. So, about 200 miles out from Cassidy International. We're still at 330, flight level 330. We're going to start planning our descent, which is quite interesting. We're going to do a rather challenging approach, and see if I'm able to get it according to the way it's supposed to be done. It's going to be quite challenging. We're going to do the NDB approach, runway 08. And we're coming in at a weird angle too, so actually joining the arrival is going to be really funky. We're probably going to end up ignoring the ATC we have, as one thing I've noticed because Beyond ATC is not very good with conventional navigation. It thinks you know where you are all the time in relation to everything, which is true if you're in GPS aircraft or more advanced airplane. Not so much with this. So, we'll go over the approach here in a second, and I'll walk you through the plan. It's complicated. Also not being complicated. IRL, this would be flown completely by hand. However, I cannot monitor this approach and hand fly at the same time, so we're going to use the autopilot to our advantage to assist with that. Will our response time be slightly delayed? Yes. However, we'll actually be able to complete the approach and not complete the task sector. Alright, so yeah, let's begin. Like I said, over here at 330, we've been tracking using the INS, INS, just fine here. We're almost over Wasloo, about 9 miles to go. So over that, the INS is going to have us going direct to the airport, which is fine, because we're going to be in the cast of the island, Christmas Island, NDB is right on the airport, so that'll work. Right now, I'm going to bring up the approach charts. I'm going to walk through it, as well as give a little brief here. So let's go ahead and bring up the NDB approach plate. Excuse me while I move my iPad. Alright, so here we are. So we're coming in basically directly south. So we're coming in basically directly south, which is no bueno. As some of you may know, you need to enter a hold to enter a hold at a 45-degree angle. With the direction we're coming in, we have to enter the hold to get turned around. Otherwise, we'll end up going outside of the safety zone. That's no bueno. So if I get on my annotations here, we'll look at how to enter this hold. So you have two options. You can either do the southwest hold here, or the northwest hold here. Entry. The south hold entry is easier. However,
turn right, heading 225.
In fact, I'm just going to kill ATC because it's not going to help us here. It would be easier coming in from the south, because it's easier to stay inside the safety zone. However, maneuvering down there with the tools we have available to us, excluding Navigraph, which I feel is kind of cheating if I use that as basically GPS, going to be difficult. So we're just going to use the northwest option. Now to start off with, as you can see, that's not a direct south. That's like a 160 to 170 entry. So what we're going to do is once the NDB becomes live here, and we see it on our... And keep in mind, this NDB is not DME co-located, so we have no way of measuring distance, except by the seat of our pants, right? I'll be cheating a little bit, like looking at Navigraph, but for the most part, this is going to be flown by the book, using not Navigraph. So what we're going to do is when the NDB comes live, I have it set up to hear the Morse code of it coming live, and then we can also see it on the automatic direction finder here. Once it becomes live here, we will offset to the right until we see about 160 to 170. I'll probably aim for like 165 on the pointer towards the NDB. Then we'll turn to that and follow that inbound, and that should get us pretty much set up for that northwest entry. Okay. Then how that's going to work is we'll fly that radial inbound. Oh, sorry, we'll fly that track inbound until we pass over the NDB. We'll know we passed over the NDB because our direction needle will flip directions. As soon as it flips directions, we will execute a left-hand turn to 120, which will have us going outbound. We will follow that for exactly 2 minutes. Again, no DME co-location, so we have to do distance and time, not in nautical miles. Once we follow that out for 2 minutes, we'll start our left turn here. We'll start our left turn to 050 first. We'll wait till our NDB needle goes to 270, or just about 270. We have to kind of pre-predict it for the turn. Then we will turn left and follow it inbound to the NDB on a 270 radial. Then when you're crossing over the NDB, we'll start a right turn this time, back to 120, enter the hold. By this point, we should be at 1,500 feet, which is the hold altitude. Then, again, another 2 minutes outbound, then directly back in on a 300 heading. Okay. Then that'll set us up perfectly for the approach. We're going to be at 300. Follow this outbound. 300 outbound for 2 minutes. As prescribed by the approach plate here. As you can see, it says we're Category C airplane, so start turn at 2 minutes. So follow outbound on 300 from the NDB for 2 minutes. In exactly 2 minutes, left turn, just heading 091, and then head inbound to the NDB. At which point, by the time we pass over the NDB the first time, we will start a 3-degree glide down, or 3-degree descent down. We'll execute our turn at 2 minutes left to 091. When we pass FN08, which is about 4 miles from the airport, it's basically the conclusion of our turn. We'll go ahead, it should be around 1,200 feet, and still continuing the 3-degree glide down to the runway, at which point we'll be visible. The weather is good enough for visual. So, that's that briefed. If we need to go around, it's climb straight ahead to 1,000 on 091 heading, then continue climbing to 1,500, doing a right turn, back around to intercept the NDB, and join the hold again. So, some tools we're going to use to help us here. I'll go ahead and get the charts out of the way. Is we're going to set up our flight director here for exactly 3 degrees down. That'll help us. 1, 2, 3. We'll just follow that on the descent, to the best of our ability. Turn this off for now. And by the way, we need to start our ascent at like 100 miles. Right now we're at 134. 137 according to this. So at 100 miles, we'll start our descent. And in the descent, according to our flight plan, where's our descent speed? We'll continue to hold Mach 0.80, then switch down to 280. Once we cross 25,000, and continue down from there. That's that. This is going to be a fun one, folks. I cannot lie. We're going to be using, we got about 6,000-ish feet of runway, so we're going to go ahead and use auto brake medium. And full reverse. And that actually is set up quite nicely. So we're about 130 miles now. I'll probably start the descent early at around 110 miles. We're looking for about 1,600. Well, I'll do it at 100 miles, like we said. We're looking for about 1,600 feet per minute on descent. And I'll go ahead and keep the auto throttle on for most of the descent, just to assist. Because descents, it's good with. Climbs, not so much. So that's that. I think that's us about briefed. I will come back to you when we're ready to start our descent, or when the NDB comes alive. I don't know what that was all about. I guess I somehow reset my speed super low. It's less than optimal. Let's go ahead and tune in the autopilot. Select. Alright, we'll get recentered here. Speed's coming back up. That was lovely. Alright, auto throttle back on. Set this down to 1,500 feet. A bit more excited than what I wanted. Alright, now we'll start our descent here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. Which gives about 1,600 feet per minute descent. Auto throttle's back engaged. We've got the NDB now displayed. Started our descent. Give us just a little more. Alright, we're now about 90 miles. Throttle back here. 50 in the descent, which is fine. Turn this on bat for now. Like I said, we're going to offset right until we get around 155, 160. So good. Set up our heading here. That's fine. Go ahead, heading select. Oh, we weren't even following the thing anyway, that's alright. We're gonna offset right here. Got a little bit more extreme of an angle. And we're looking to get this needle pointing right about there. And we'll turn back to the left. Head direct towards it. Now we're back with the program. Our minimum decision height is going to be 480 feet. Let's set that. Yes, I think it is. Hold on, let me double check. NDB, approach, minimums, 462 feet, radio. Right about there. That'll do. Continuing down now, 27,000 feet. Some speed a little bit here. Good so far. Here's the island itself. Or, no, sorry, that is not the island. It's an island. Or is that the island? No, that is the island. Never mind. I'll go ahead and turn off the marker. Don't need to hear it anymore. You know we've got it. Continuing to watch this needle. The left that gets. We'll actually do it at around. Yeah, 155 should be about correct. Start our turn at 155 to the left. There's about 25,000. And weather, let's do a little brief weather update here at Cassidy. Weather is 060 at 12 knots, few clouds at 2,000. Visibility 10,000 meters. Temperature 31.24, QNH 1009. And our transition level is normally assigned by ATC. We don't have ATC, so we'll just do it at 18,000 to make our lives a little simpler. How far away are we? 69 miles. Okay. There's the island. Swiss Island there. Kiribati. To hold a good descent right here. But back it off ever so slightly. Maybe not. Keep that coming down. Go ahead and arm our speed brakes. And then see the lights somewhere. Sorry. If I remember correctly. Maybe it doesn't have it on this one. Oh wait, never mind. There are no auto spoilers on this. What am I talking about? Yeah. Brain not braining. Alright, we're just about to that 160. Want to keep an eye on that. That's the 21,600. Now our goal is to be passing the Christmas Island VOR at 1,500 feet. Alright, there's 160. Let's turn it to the left. Now, once we level out, we're going to want to make sure that we're still tracking inbound. Directly inbound to the NDB. This, like I said earlier, this is not DME co-located, so we're kind of on our own. We got no kind of distance measurement. I mean, we have a little bit here with the INS. We can use that as kind of a reference, but for the actual approach, there are no distance measurements. It's all measured in time, so we'll be using timings. In fact, I'm actually going to prep my stopwatch to assist with this. Okay. Got that prepped and off to the side. And it's going to be measurements of 2-minute legs. 55 miles out from the airport. To the left. Put those needles straight up. Now this is showing track. This is not showing magnetic heading. So we need to make these needles go straight up, even if our heading's a little offset from that. I know, it's really weird, but it is what it is. We are at just past 18,000, so QNH is 1009. Set that now. Doing good. Back off one click. Got our 3-degree glide slope set there. Wonderful. Yeah, that's straight up and down. You'll love to see it. Should be tracking correctly inbound. Go ahead and just get our lights on. That way I just don't forget. About 47 miles out. 16,000 seems about right. And if we need to spend some extra time in the hold, we can. We're already there, so It's just repeating the same process over. It looks good here. Once we get past 10,000, we'll rearm the auto pack trip in case we need to do a go around. That's like 15,000 feet. Once we get to about 11,000, go ahead and pull our speed back here around 230. And I want to kind of be in the hold around 210 knots. So we'll have some flaps out then. It's going to be slow, we're going to use more fuel, but we've got plenty, so not too worried. Again, this is going to be 2 longer videos. I've already got about 3 hours of footage. It was a long flight, and this is a very complex airplane, especially with how we're flying it, so. Good on our descent path and all that. About 40 miles out. Time to get some look out the windows because we won't hear in a minute. What a beautiful island. And then flight after this we're doing with Nauru Airlines. We're going to Tarawa first, which is, I believe is also Kiribati. That's 4 hours away. Gotta love it. Island nation stuff. And then we head to Nauru itself, overnight there, and continue on to Brisbane. Watching our track here, dead on. And for our timing on the outbound, that's as soon as far as the entry into the hole. We're going to start the timer exactly when we cross the NDB to time that correctly. Let's go about 1 degree to the right. Got set 1500 and armed. We're back straight up and down, that's what you like to see. We're at 10,800 feet, so we'll go ahead and pull our speed back here. 230 knots. Once we get to 230, I'll go ahead and drop flaps 1. Sorry, flaps 2 in. And I believe, what's our limit for flaps 5? 230. So we'll wait till we get a little closer. We're at 29 miles now. About 10 miles, I'll increase the speed to 210. So we're probably going to have to hit the hold for a little bit because we need to be at 1500 when we exit that hold. The hold altitude itself is supposed to be 1500, but yeah. 9,500. Down at a good rate. I'm glad this 727 has the auto throttle. We're going to need it. And here's our ADF dialed into 333 is the NDB number. Need a degree to the left. It's like right in between 2 degrees, so we have to keep charging it back and forth a little bit. That's fine. Let's check our entry situation. That looks about dead on, actually. Cheating a little bit by looking at Navigraph, but that's alright. I won't actually use it for flying the approach, I just wanted to see how accurately I'm flying this. And as you can see, when we looked at Navigraph, our gyros in the INS did drift. We were a little offset, but it got us close enough to where we were able to intercept the NDB, and now we're able to fly using that, so no big problems there. We're at about 7,000 feet, about 21 miles away. We're going to be perfectly set up so we don't have to spend some extra time in the hold. Let's increase this slightly. I decided to go with auto brake max, just due to the short runway and how heavy we are. And then I got all our speed bugs and stuff set in the approach. Alright, I'll go ahead and arm the auto pack trip. Actually, I'll wait till we're on final to arm it. Well, we should be fine. If it trips the packs, we're low enough now where it doesn't matter. We don't have any packs or passengers anyway, so oh no, our ears popped a little. Whatever. It does trigger. I'll go ahead and drop flaps too. And it relies on a very big thrust reduction, a very rapid thrust reduction, so with how the auto throttle handles things, we should be alright. Alright, about 2 degrees to the left. Another degree. Watching that needle closely. As soon as that needle flips, goes behind us, then we start return to 120. Time it for 2 minutes. And our inbound is 270. Get flipped around. Well, our flaps are nice and out. Looks like we went to 5. Technically alright, since we're at 230 knots. Just give ourselves a little bit of speed gap here. Go down to about 220. That's 215, that's 220. Alright. Excuse me. How are we doing? 2,700 feet. Wonderful. The airport should be at 12 o'clock. How we doing? To go. Let's go further left. We're drifting a little bit off the NDB. How's it go? Checked. And we're 8 miles away from the airport, so we'll go down to 210. Get flaps 5 in from here. We're set 2. Yeah. 2 degrees to the right. They're fine. Okay, apparently we're not. Autopilot out. Control. Altitude select. Alright. Go to the left now. Climbing up to 1,500 feet. Alright, that's starting. Let's go to turn to 120. Start our timer. we need to be on heading select, which we now are. Still climbing. Got a little low there, but that's alright. At 120. As we go outwards for 2 minutes, come back in. 180 knots here. Go to flaps 15. We're not even in 5. There we go. It's 5. Interesting. I don't know why it went to 5 on the dials and not 2, but I digress. Right now, holding 120. Minute 23 seconds outbound. Ooh, this is stressful. Just a little. Alright, now we're holding 1500. Good. That's where we need to be. Minute 50 seconds. Alright, left 050. Continue that direction until our ADF needle hits around 270, and we'll track in at 270. We're at 1500, so we don't need to more than one loop in. So actually, we're going to go into 270 and head straight into the approach. No, I want to demonstrate the hold, so we'll demonstrate the hold. That's fine. So on an inbound leg out of the hold, we'll go ahead and get fully configured. Speed's holding good. Bunch of that ADF needle is slowly coming around. Once we get to like 275, we'll start our turn to 270. That should get us just about right. Oh, I always love the shenanigans when the autopilot doesn't work right and stuff like that. I'm glad I heard the GPWS. Just watching this very closely. As you can see, absolutely zero NDB, or sorry, DME. Alright, there we go. Left 270. We're going to end up undershooting it. Still holding speed and holding altitude. That's good. Definitely overshot it a little. Once we pass over the NDB, I'm going to turn right to 120. What a time, folks. What a time. 2 degrees right. So yeah, we undershot it a little bit. Or overshot it a little bit, I should say. That's fine. IRL, you'd have a little more finesse over this because you're hand flying it, but without somebody in the right seat to call out, I get it. We're holding 180. Oh, no, we're not. We're holding 190. It's 180. Back off to that. Read left. There's the airport right there. We know we're about dead on because the NDB is right there. We're going to hold this exact course. The heading. Right, 1 degree to the right. As soon as this starts to move, we'll dial this back around to 120. Just about over the airport now. Good visibility today. Getting some bumps here. Holding speed. Holding altitude. You pass it over this any second now. There goes right to 120. Once we're settled in the turn, go ahead and start the timer for 2 minutes. 120 set. Once we roll out, we'll start the timer. Kind of adjust for wind, so we're right of 1 degree. There's the airport off to our right. Keep it leveled out. Start the timer. 2 minutes. Stopwatch, sorry. Then, once we've gone 2 minutes outbound, turn right, 300. That should get us basically inbound over the NDB. Once we start to turn inbound is when I'm going to go ahead and start configuring us. I'll go gear down, flaps 15. Once we cross, because I basically want to try and be mostly, if not all the way, configured by the time we cross the NDB again. And like I said, once we're set on the inbound course at 300, we'll just continue on that past the NDB. And once we cross over the NDB, we'll have to start another timer for 2 minutes. They'll be heading 2 minutes outbound. Then we'll flip around to the left, heading is 091. 091. We're at minute 20 now. And we've basically executed the hold almost perfect. Just looking at the chart here. Oh, man. Minute 42 seconds. And what we'll do is we'll use pitch hold, because once we cross over the NDB again, we'll have to, alright, there's 2 minutes. Go ahead and start over to 300. Right turn to 300. Start a 3-degree glide down. I'll use pitch hold for that. Okay, we're in the turn now. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. Flaps 15. Dial back to 160 on the speed. Approach speed is going to be like 132 or so. Overshoot it by a couple of degrees here just to get ourselves realigned. Aircraft's trimming itself out. We're still holding 1500. Speed's good. Go ahead and go flaps 20. 5. And we'll bring our speed down even further. 140. Flaps 30. Just have a little wiggle room there. Didn't adjust properly for the wind, so we're gonna undershoot it a little bit. That's fine. Stick on this a little bit here. Alright, so we're gear down, 3 green, flaps to 30. We're fully configured. We're ready to go. So now we just need to focus about executing the approach. Like I said, once we pass over that NDB again, things have gotta happen. A little to the left of where we should be, that's alright though. We're starting to pass the NDB, so go ahead and once it gets past the halfway point, start the timer again for 2 minutes. Start our pitch, hold, down. Past halfway, start the timer. Continuing past. At the exit of our turn here, we want to be at like 1,200 feet, which we're already past, so these are rate of descent here. Oh, that's why we're going like 1,000 a minute down. We'll hold here. Minute 20 seconds in. And because we're offset a little bit, I'm going to extend it. Well, no, I shouldn't. Nope, do exactly as prescribed. Another 30 seconds, and we'll flip it around. And 091. Okay, there's 2 minutes. Stop the timer. Back around 091. Left now.
One thousand.
Should be holding 0. Head coming around. Turning faster than we should be. This is where I will take over manual here. Oh, hello. Well, that did not go like I'd hoped. I should have gone to the left and held it until it was at the 090 radial, but that's alright. Just fly it now. And now we'll start our trip to the left. Start our descent. Still didn't get it. I aligned us with the NDB. Not exactly with the runway, that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. And then we'll execute a visual turn left here. We're in a much better spot now. Back on the approach perfectly.
1,000.
My throttles. What's up?
Minimums.
Continue.
400. 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverses out. Storm. Kill the brakes. While that was not perfect, it was decent. Welcome to Christmas Island. We're gonna have to taxi to the end of the runway, do a 180, taxi back. Well, that was definitely something. I'm not gonna say I executed that approach perfectly, because I didn't, but for not having done an NDB approach in probably years, and my first time doing a non-collated or co-located NDB approach, not horrible. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's go ahead and get the spoilers reset. Laps coming up. Around here. Throttle up on the center and right engines, 2, 3. Use that extra boost of thrust to get around this corner. Kill the auto pack trip. Differential braking. This thing's not turned very well. Thrust on all. Back towards it. Back here really quickly. Start the APU. Back here. Pressurization switch to ground. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that approach. I probably could have done better, but all things considered, not too bad. We were pretty dead on for most of it. The part that I really screwed up was the turn around to the left. I just went directly to 090 instead of playing it out gradually and waiting for the NDB to show 090, or the ADF to show 090, go direct to that, but overall not bad. Kill the wing lights, strobes. Oh, just wait till we're off the runway to kill all of those. Professional, I guess. By the way, welcome to Christmas Island. Left here. All right, now we're off the runway. Go all the lights. Taxi light as well. About to pull in here. Ground handling stuff happening there. I don't know what that's all about. Just pulling to the left here. They definitely blocked our way because we're supposed to pull a parallel to that. That's alright though. We'll figure it out. Alright. Just come to a stop here. Set the parking brake. Back here. Our APU is online. We'll go ahead and close the bus. Switch this to APU power. Kill galley power. Kill cooling doors full open. Packs. Keep the lead open. Kill the right pack. Left pack, because that's the one we care about, because it's the one for the cockpit. This pack full open too, get it cooled down. Wonderful. All power is switched over. These are offline. Wonderful. So we can go ahead and kill 1, 2, and 3. Pop the window. Kill the beacon. Alright. Up to the overhead here, get everything cleaned up. Hello. Why are we freezing? That's interesting. Not sure why that happened. Alright. Window heat's off. Road heat's off. Spawner can go off. Just for gigs, this can come off. Anti-skid can come off. Back here. All these fuel pumps can come off except for one. Hydraulics can become depressurized. Alright, that's us situated. It's down AP's power. Let's put it up here and pop the doors. GSX isn't going to work because we're not at an actual gate. So what we'll do, back here, set the chocks, ground power, or not ground power, sorry, make the boarding stair. Stand up here, walk on out here, like that. That'll get our cargo door open. There we have it, folks. Christmas Island in a 727. That was a flight for the books. Won't lie. Keep it interesting. Doing everything all manual. Well, until next time, folks. Feel good. Fly right.